I would say we've seen quite a bit of Declan this weekend across our channels, and I would say he's only been at about 80%. I don't think he's ever really got into top gear, and yet he still made a semi-final yesterday. He still made a semi-final here, and he's yet to get into full flow.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I'd have to say 𝗏𝗏𝘀𝗀𝗃 has been very similar today. You know, he's got himself through, and he's taken on 𝗘𝗃𝗀𝗃 in the other semi-final. But at stages in his matches, he's coughed and spluttered. He's made some mistakes. He's had a massive miscue out there earlier today when I was on comms during his match. But he's still there, and this is how good they are, these top players, where they can not play at their full pelt, but still navigate their way through to semi-finals of pro events.
Yeah, I completely agree. It would be a fascinating final. It really would if we were to get Declan Brennan versus 𝗏𝗏𝘀𝗀𝗃, because not only would they be playing for the money, the title, the number one ranking would absolutely be hinged on the result of the match as well, which would be fascinating. But there are two very good pool players in the way trying to stop that being the case. And I actually think the way that I've seen the players play this weekend, I actually make 𝗨𝗽𝗱𝗵𝗔 favourite for this match.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was on his game earlier today when he played 𝗠𝗁𝗁𝗵𝗆. My word, I mean, he was in blistering form, and he continued it as well into his next game. In contrast, in the other semi-final, you got 𝗏𝗏𝘀𝗀𝗃's 𝗘𝗃𝗀𝗃. He had a very sort of up and down match to get through, and he's had to battle. Whereas Rob Wharne has just been, well, he can do that. He's so quick and such a big potter. But this is Declan Brennan trying to go out, start off with a break and finish.
He couldn't have potted that any more slowly, but he did pot it on the thin side of the pocket, so the cue ball has drifted a little bit too far down the table. This all of a sudden is tough. And he misses the double. He just wants to get rid of this one underneath the yellow, and then once the next ball's out the way, it should be easy from there. So that's the work in this visit. Just bounces around the table, doesn't he, Tony? Very confident.
Always very flexible with the cue ball, Rob Wharne. It doesn't really matter where he goes, he seems to be, because he just knows he's going to nail the pots.
No doubt he's got a game that's built on the back of being a strong potter. That's, you know, he'll leave a slightly looser cue ball to do that. But you can't put together the runs he does without, you know, having great patterns. It's just his patterns match his his potting ability.
His whole demeanour, he just looks very confident indeed. So this will be his first break of this semi-final, and let's see if he can carry on from where he left off when he was last in this arena in a crunching break. Oh, and it's gone dry. Wouldn't you believe it?
This is exactly what Declan was looking for after not getting out in the opener. This is a good chance. A couple of delicate shots, but connections are good. Pretty wide margin of error on the next shot here. Just to be able to get onto the last red, use the cushion or pull it back, whichever way round he wanted to go about it. The angle he's got, he's going to use the cushion.
Yeah, never been out of position in this finish. Simple black to level things up for Declan, and in it goes.
Yeah, nicely done from Declan. I think he'll be happy with this layout. He'll be very happy. I thought there was going to be 2 balls tied up, but all of a sudden the last couple of balls just rolled into nice positions, and all of a sudden it just looks very inviting.
Yeah, reds look lovely. Everything available for Declan. Declan just eyeing up where he wants to be for that red at the top of the table. He does want it to be to the left of it. Looks to me like he might just take it now. I know it's a long pot, but if he gets rid of it, can't fail to be on the next red. No, he's decided against it. Take the 2 balls at the bottom. I thought this was a better way anyway. But he's the man that's at the table to make the decisions. Didn't hit that shot very well. Left himself a lot of angle now. He wanted to be just slightly off centre to the right on this red, and he's, as you can see, he's got a fair bit of angle now because he doesn't want to be. And I'll tell you what, he's trying to pinch a bit of pocket there. He wanted to leave himself as straight as possible on that last red down the line, and he's tried to borrow some. Yeah, just look at the face.
Just sums up his weekend for me. And this is just all about how giving him so much credit for making it this far, but he just feel like he's continually just made errors that we're not used to him, seeing him make. We're used to seeing him being very clinical and take out a high percentage of his finishes, and he's given all his opponents a lot of hope. He's had to really, really work hard.
I can tell you, Cousins mopped up the opening frame against 𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃 in the other semi-final. I had a glance across, and he must have. I did see him put a length of the table ball down a rail at some blistering pace. So it looks like Tom might have turned up with his A game.
That's not worked. That's not worked. He got too much. I think he needed to get that thinner contact on the red, not the 3/4 ball. Still would have made it, but it would have flicked it out the way rather than kind of bumping the way it did. So a good positional shot required. But the line's available. Not quite got the line right. And the flick does not help.
Well, the only shot I can see is going to have to bulldozer this yellow, and it's the one that's in the central position.
What does bulldoze the ball in mean?
Means hit it something other than soft.
I think the double's available, isn't it? The double off the top cushion, so like 2 cushions into the red and knock the red out the way.
Well, I think he's. Well, I don't know if I think he's going for the bulldozer. No, that was. Yeah, that was more like a very slow crane than a bulldozer there, really.
A very small crane. He got lots of check on that, but
hello.
He played. That's exactly where he played for then. So he was more than happy with that shot. You have to say, very well worked out.
Well, Rob Wharne, he's got some tricks up his sleeve, that's for sure.
Because he checked it up so much that you're like, well, he wouldn't have been. His misjudgment wouldn't have been that big. So it was actually not far away from where he was actually playing. That was an excellent way to work it all out for him. With 7 or 8 minutes to go, he was 6-3 in front. With 3 minutes to go, he was 1 in front. Ended up losing by the odd frame as the clock ran out, and that was the number 1 ranking gone. Had he won that match, he would have been top dog.
2 breaks for Rob Wharne, 2 dry breaks for Rob Wharne. But indeed, in spite of that, he does lead 2-1.
I can tell you, we were going to go to the 𝗪𝗁𝗠 and 𝗪𝗵𝘃𝗀 match. They were racking the balls. They're racking the balls for a 5-5 scoreline, so they are very close. Again, after a 7-6 semi-final yesterday, they're all locked up again. Both need 2 with 3 to play. Kerry Griffiths won the second frame against... Sorry, Barbara Taylor won the second frame when it looked like she'd thrown it away against Kerry Griffiths, so they are all square at 1-1. That is the state of play right now.
Amy and Marion, just so hard to judge. You can't call them. They're incredible players, both of them.
It's just about okay for Declan.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Absolutely fine.
He's a little bit short there. Ball nearly didn't reach, and he wants to leave the red to left centre as his last ball. But he's got too much angle now on the red to top right.
Yeah, he's going to have to switch. You have to play the one in the centre now. Bring the cue ball across the middle of the table and leave the angle now to pot the one in the top left-hand corner, top right-hand corner, and come back down behind the black. So he just comes past this yellow ball. Just want to make sure he gets as near that centre pocket as possible without obviously getting too close to the yellow, and he's gone wide at it. Oh, he's worked out very well. I thought that was quite risky.
Use the yellow rather than trying to avoid the yellow. You going into it 2 cushions to almost guarantee a straight 8 ball to go. 6-5 in front yesterday, and was able to respond. Declan makes a ball, so first opportunity in frame 5 for the Northern Irishman.
Top Cat 2-0 up against 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗃. I've just seen.
sure that yellow, you've got the yellow, red, yellow that are awkward. So it's the right-hand yellow that's the problem. Because it doesn't go left-centre. So it's going to need a nudge of some sort, you feel.
What if he screws into it now? I think he tried and didn't dig deep enough.
I think he got out of ideas, really. Clock was against him. He'd run out of time. He'd used his extension. And in the end played a shot that he probably wasn't fully committed to, and he's nowhere. That must have gone then. So the fact that went meant that the shot that Declan played previously was a huge error. We were assuming he was trying to play into it, but he took that pot onto the left centre pocket, so it must have gone. And, well, what an opportunity he hasn't taken. Well, same applies here for Rob Wharne. What a mistake that is.
There you can see Declan can't see enough of that yellow to pot it. Nice use of the side there on the cue ball.
Yeah, beautiful, wasn't it? Just that running side off two cushions. Just beautiful looking shot. And two chances for Declan, but he takes the second one. Beautiful couple of shots there. The destroyer is in front. Still get the sense he's not playing his best, but he's in front. And this is a replay of the break. We stayed with that Marion finish just to make sure, and now we can focus back on our game here. Wacker is 3-2 behind. Do you think there's no problem with those two reds to make them into a plant? I mean, they're a long way off.
No, I think Rob's happy with them. It's got to be made, that plant. I think if you hit it straight, it goes into the knuckle a little bit. But because the reds have got a little bit of distance between them, there you see it won't just go straight in, but he can cut that plant in.
Well, he's going top side. He's going top side. He's going to play it in the centre.
Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, because the second red would be a danger for where that goes if he did play the plant.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the reason he's not. That plant was very makeable. This is the cleaner way of going. The only thing is he would love to have got an extra few rolls across the table.
Yeah, wouldn't like the cube on the cushion.
Yeah. He's got to be careful with his next shot. Easy to slide too far.
Easy to bump into these yellows. Did well there to grip.
Beautiful use of the pocket as well, wasn't it? On the thick side of the pocket. It shows how much you can manipulate it.
Going to be 3 apiece. Great stuff out here in this main arena. 3-3 now. Rob Wharne pulling out a great finish. So most of the work done here for Declan. Got to get on the red that's at the top of the table, and he's done that now. So this is now pretty much a tap-in finish. I tell you, 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 is cruising through his semi-final. He's now leading 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗃 by 4 frames to 0. The 𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 Marion Jude frame is still ongoing. I think Marion might have gone for a toilet break.
Declan is going through this beautifully. We'll find out in a minute. We'll be able to jump over and have a look. So she has got that to work out. Back to our match. No apologies for staying with the Marion Jude match just to keep an eye on that. We thought it was going to be over, but Rob is already in and flying along here. An opportunity to tie the scores up. And we will keep an eye on that Marion shot and see what happens. Oh, where's Wacker? That's okay. We're just jumping back across because Marion Jude played an excellent shot to leave herself at 8-ball, and she gets the victory. Revenge for Marion. She beats 𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗃 by the same scoreline she lost to her yesterday in the semi-finals, and Marion Jude is into another Women's Pro Series final. Is there another title in her future? We'll find out later on tonight. Back to our game here, and Wacker just doesn't hang about, does he? Flies along.
Yeah, and going back to that ladies' match, no double for Amy this weekend. 5 to no reply for 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃, who I can say, as I keep glancing over, looks to have brought his A game this evening.
Yeah, 5-0, wasn't he? It's incredible. So dry break there from Declan means that Wacker gets the opportunity here in frame number 9.
So reds for the Wacker. Matched. Tied at 4 each. Nothing to separate these two fine 𝗑𝗏𝗃𝗃s. Tried to bump the red off the rail. Failed, but he's okay. Just means he's going to have a harder shot. And when you talk about this man's potting, you cannot rule out anything. So he wants a bit of angle here. He wants to be able to play this red up the rail, bring the cue ball back across for the 8-ball down into the bottom left, and he does have it. Great pot by Rob Wharne. Cue ball got a little bit away from him, so he's very tough black ball. Slightly overcut and also hit at pace. It was never going to go in. Such is Rob's potting that he expects to pot them. These are big moments in this semi-final. Declan, I think we'd be looking for a safety. Yeah. It was very low percentage finish if he used to go for them, and he's played that well. He's developed that yellow. No easy escape here for Rob either, because yellow blocking the 8-ball away from the side cushion. So it's going to be 2 rails and try and kick the 8 into that bottom corner, and he's got it as well. Oh my word, he played one off one cushion earlier today against 𝗠𝗵𝗃𝗃 to win the match, and he's just produced another one even higher tariff than the last. That is an incredible black ball from Rob Wharne. What a shot. And now we will go back to the action here in the main arena with Rob Wharne leading Declan Brennan 5-4. We just had another look at the whacker's break. And what a break. Trying to get his bad yellow out early doors. It's not improved the situation, though. Tricky little shots, those into those centre pockets. Just caught the knuckle, so Declan Brennan will get to the table and a chance to try and level the match once again. Super shot there, Declan Brennan. Just looking, tell me he can get past that red in. Put the other in the corner, he must be able to. And he'll take that, and that was a very clever shot, the shot before, for the Northern Irishman. We are going to be level once again.
Well, it's building nicely, Tony. It really is. Huge break. Good layout at first glance. Delicate back end to this finish for Declan. That was very good, wasn't it? Just to avoid everything. Very nicely worked out. Finish this will be.
Yeah, ever since Rob Wharne's incredible two-cushion escape black ball to put himself 5-4 up, it's been the Declan Brennan show for the last 2 frames. Do you know what? I think I would have come back for that in the middle. I know it's a big bag, but I still would have come back.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't, just because it felt more, you know, just be queuing through it a little bit more. But it is a big pocket, and he's not going to miss this. And it's a very good break and clearance for Declan. He goes back in front. This is going back and forth. And our next match on YouTube will be the next gen final. That'll be coming up very shortly as well.
Well, desperate in off the break there from Rob Wharne, the whacker. And have we just had a shift in this match that's been toing and froing? And this is coming just at the right time for Declan Brennan. Great chance now to get himself on the hill.
Nice angle to track down here. Maybe a touch too much. Use the side cushion first. No, he's going to roll it through. Use the yellow.
Solid finish this from Declan Brennan. To get onto the hill, Rob Wharne is going to require all 3 remaining frames to be the fly in the ointment. Stop the final being number 1 versus number 2. He's made balls. How's the layout? He'll take it. The balls are there for Declan Brennan to reach the final and set up what would be a mouth-watering final between 𝗏𝗃𝗃 and himself, playing for the title, playing for the money, but also playing to see who will finish this weekend as our #1 ranked player. Great shot there from 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗍. Be happy enough with that angle. He can just float down the bottom of the table. If he gets on the ball in the centre of the bottom rail, it's okay. Three balls away. Now, does he try and get the cue all the way to the top of the table to get on the black? I think I'd make the effort. Yeah, but then again, he has got a big pocket in the top corner.
He'll just take a good shot at it.
Yes, he's gone for the black into the middle. That's brilliant from Declan Brennan.
It's been some performance here at the back end of the match. Declan Brennan is into another Pro Series final. He found the rhythm, he got going, and he played brilliantly to end the match off. And we will have #1 versus #2 for the title, and also the winner of the match will become the #1 player.